And efforts are on. This is a race against time. Efforts are on to get inside this tunnel and rescue. It could be anything between 35 to 40 men who are trapped inside. What is heartening is information that's filtered in that seems to indicate that at least 2 vehicles were also inside this tunnel. Well, if this debris slush was about 8 feet, if people were standing on top of those vehicles, if they managed to get on top of that vehicles, that would be extremely heartening, because in the other tunnel rescue operation, and I have officers who participated in it who will join me on the broadcast in a while from now. They have shared stories about how people's lives could be saved. In a moment, we are hoping to be joined by Mr. R.K. Singh, Union Power Minister. He's just been inside the tunnel and he's now on his way out. Former Home Secretary of India. He's someone who knows the administration well, knows how the administration is functioning. The Director General of Police also with me on the broadcast, as is Colonel Negi, the officer of the army who's commanding these operations, the doctors who are a part of it. Mr. Ashok Kumar is the Director General of Uttarakhand Police. Sir, may I request all of you to kindly join us on India Today and help us understand. So, what's the latest with rescue operations at 2 p.m?
We have gone about 100 meters inside. All the debris till 100 meters has been cleared. We are hopeful that by the evening we should be seeing better light and maybe reach the point where we can go for the rescue work. This is the latest in the tunnel. About the numbers, I have been told that out of 2025 have reported back. So maybe the total number might reduce down to 197.
Okay, so 5 people have reported back. Colonel Negi, the Garhwal Scouts, these are the boys who are tasked to go inside along with the ITBP. So what can you tell us about your preparations to go in?
We started in the morning. We gave it a first try in the morning itself. My boys, they were able to go 100 meters inside, but thereafter it was all covered with slush. So we thought first we'll use the mechanical. All these, you see the dozers are working. We want these dozers to clear that tunnel. And then again we are having a try at 4 o'clock where we are having specialized people entering again. We have been told there is a gate at 180 meters. There is a possibility of people in that tunnel, which is approximately 180 meters, turning right.
Turning right,
yes.
Okay, so fingers crossed, a prayer on every lip. What is also very heartening, and I can tell you this from experience, that in case there is a doctor present, soldiers always feel very relaxed.
He's the one.
Okay, yes, and I have Colonel Major Igjot Singh joining me. He's a paratrooper himself. Major, you were a part of the team that rescued people yesterday. What can you tell us?
So we
Okay, if you give me a moment, I want to bring in Mr. R.K. Singh, Power Minister, former Home Secretary of India. Sir, you just reviewed the situation inside. What can you tell us, sir?
The work is huge. We've covered about 70 meters inside the tunnel. We have further 180 meters to go before we hit the bend. After the bend, our assessment is that the Malwa would not have entered. So the people are beyond the bend. But once we reach the bend, then I think we are home. We'll be in a position to extricate these people. Now the estimate is that by late tonight, we'll work throughout the night, or maybe tomorrow morning we'll have reached the bend. That is the estimate.
So it will take us till nightfall to get to the bend. Is there any way, in your appreciation, can this work be speeded up? Is there anything else that is
We
required?
discussed that.
Only one person can work at a time. No chance.
No, we discussed that.
Yeah.
Look, another method which we discussed was that it's already the mud is quite slushy. Now, if you add more water to it and you can suck it out, sucking it out will be much faster than bringing it out on truckloads. So that is something which we have asked them to arrange. More pumps from BHEL, from SJVN, etc. They'll mobilize pumps, and if you liquefy it, then you can suck it out. That will be much faster.
And in all of this, are there any lessons learned, to prevent something like this in future, or this is a calamity? It's a natural calamity.
You can't prevent it. Actually, what happens is that this huge snowfall. The huge quantity of snow which is gathered on top, I saw it from a helicopter. When the sun sort of heats it up, then it slides. So you can't really prevent it, but you can forecast it, or you can monitor it. So I have told my officers that wherever we are working, we'll set up a post at the mouth of the glacier so that we monitor it. And we'll also set up instruments so that we monitor that glacier, throughout, 24/7. And that post will have wireless sets. So this will be there. We'll do it for the entire hill region, not only where we are there, so that we can save the people.
And early warning system.
I would also like to add that this time the warning was really very fast. The villagers acted like anything. They made it viral, the Facebook post, and so we all got alerted. Uttarakhand police could evacuate downstream people, otherwise there could have been hundreds more. Right. So I think this time the warning system has worked very fast, and especially the social media has helped us. Like
no, but you need a warning there.
Sir. An early warning system. There. Sir, many thanks for speaking to us here at India Today. So that is the Union Power Minister saying that in future there are lessons to be learned in terms of establishing early warning systems in place. Sir,
I like your reporting, especially on Leh and Ladakh.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So let's listen into a lot of reactions that are coming in from ground zero in terms of initial rescue effort and the road ahead. Let's take a look at this report.
You take DIG, ITBP.
Members of the Indo-Tibetan Border Police have brought in planks now. These planks will be used to make a pathway for soldiers to go in. ये फट्टे आप लेकर आए हैं, कितनी दूर तक इनको ले जाने की उम्मीद है?
ये जहाँ तक दलदल है, दल में बिछाने तक आने जाने के लिए सुविधा हो।
जी, ये कब से आप लोग प्रयास कर रहे हैं इस तरह से फट्टों को अंदर ले जाने के लिए?
ये हम कल से कर रहे हैं सर।
तो कल सफलता क्यों नहीं मिल पाई?
कल अंधेरा हो गया, शाम तो जब हम आए तो उस टाइम अंधेरा हो गया था।
कितने अंदर तक आप इसको ले जाने की उम्मीद कर रहे हैं?
अब अंदर टनल के अंदर जाके सिचुएशन देखेंगे सर कहाँ तक, अभी तो मलबा भरा हुआ अंदर बहुत ज्यादा।
A lot of these planks have been brought in because of the slush. If you walk in, it's very difficult to get in. Once you lay the planks, it's easier to be able to bring out people who are trapped inside. With cameraman Kripal Singh at the Tapovan rescue site, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
You can see in the front, you can see the water mud level there. The entire area was covered in the slush. We have cleared the entire mud since yesterday. We have worked since yesterday evening, whole night we have worked, and we could clear the pathway. This is an adjunct to the main tunnel so that we can reach up to the main tunnel. Okay. We are approximately about 40 meters short of the main tunnel.
Oh, just 40 meters?
Yes. So once we get the main tunnel, enter the main tunnel, we turn right and towards that main tunnel and try to rescue some lives there. So initially we deployed 3 columns, one each in each places. That is beyond repair because it's entirely slashed. Here we can expect some lives to be saved. So entire effort of mine is now channelized here.
In this tunnel they have been trying from yesterday and from today morning. The army is there and ITBP, SDRF, Uttarakhand is also there and NDRF is there. They are trying to get inside. There is a blockage. They are trying to remove the slush which has blocked the tunnel. So once that blockade is removed, then the rescue team is going to enter.
The branch tunnel is approximately 180 meters from this particular place. So we'll approach the branch tunnel. So since the branch tunnel is towards the downhill, and chances is that the slush may not be there. So we may find live victims, but we are not in contact with any victim.
Dogs were brought in. Any luck? Were they able to go in?
Once we hit that point from where the branch tunnel is going downhill, then we'll employ our dog squad. If there is any live victim, the dogs will give us signal.
इसमें हमारा जो भी टास्क है, अगर यहाँ पर कोई भी अगर आदमी दबे हुए हैं या कहीं फंसे हुए हैं, उनको निकालना है और उनको सुरक्षित स्थान तक भिजवाना है। सब हम सर पहले मशीनें जो है उसको साफ कर रही हैं। अगर कोई कैजुअलिटी अगर अंदर दिखाई देगी तो हम अपने जो हमारे पास एक्सपर्ट लड़के हैं, इनको हम जो है रोप बांध के साजो सामान के साथ उनको अंदर भिजवाएंगे। साहब
रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन अभी लगातार जारी है। मेन जो फोकस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन का है वो जो बड़ा टनल है जो लगभग 2.5 किलोमीटर का है, उसी पर फोकस है। और सभी टीमें, चाहे वो आईटीबीपी की हो, चाहे एनडीआरएफ की हो, चाहे आर्मी की हो, चाहे एसडीआरएफ की हो, सभी उसी में लगी हुई हैं। टनल में समस्या ये है कि मिट्टी बहुत दलदल और मिट्टी बहुत है, तो मिट्टी को क्लियरिंग की जा रही है और इंजीनियरिंग विंग जो आर्मी का है उसमें उन्होंने अच्छा काम किया है और लगभग 1 किलोमीटर से ज़्यादा क्लियरेंस हो चुका है। और उम्मीद है कि जल्द से जल्द हम लोग उस स्थान तक पहुंच पाएंगे जहां हो सकता है लोग जीवित मिले।
यहाँ पे हमारा रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशंस चल रहा है और एनडीआरएफ की टीम भी आ चुकी है और वो कई सारे अपने इक्विपमेंट्स भी लेकर आए हैं, तो उनके द्वारा भी ट्राई किया जा रहा है अंदर जाने के लिए। और इसके अलावा जो हमारे 13 गांव उधर के साइड में कट ऑफ हैं जिस ब्रिज टूटने से, उनका भी रेस्क्यू शुरू हो चुका है। उनको भी जो राहत सामग्री है वो पहुँचाई जा रही है, मेडिकल टीम भी हमारी पहुँच चुकी है और जो इधर उधर कहीं पहाड़ पर भी लोग फंसे उनको भी रेस्क्यू हेली के माध्यम से किया जा रहा है।
And when we talk about medical teams being deployed, with me is Major Igjot Singh of the Army Medical Corps. Also with me is Dharmendra Prajapati. Now they are the doctors and the medical team who will not only go in but also be the first responders for those who are brought out. Major Igjot, you were the first responder for the people who were rescued yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday combined columns of the Army and ITBP managed to rescue about 12 people, and we provided them the first aid, we stabilized them, and luckily all of them were stable by the time we moved out of him. Today our task is that we'll be resuscitating the patients who are coming from inside, and any casualties, any emergency, we are prepared for it, and we'll stabilize the patients and take them further.
सर, किस तरह की इमरजेंसी की तैयारी की है आपने?
सर, हमारे पास पेशेंट के मतलब जिस हिसाब से कॉन्शियस अनकॉन्शियस पेशेंट आएगा तो सर हमारे पास टीम रेडी है सर, टीम ए और टीम बी, उसके अनुसार पेशेंट किस हिसाब से रिस्पांस करेगा उस हिसाब से सर हमको ट्रीटमेंट देना है और फर्स्ट एड उपचार देना है सर। उसके लिए सर हमारे साथ मेजर इग्जोत साहब हैं जो हमको गाइड करते रहेंगे और हम उसके हिसाब से ट्रीटमेंट देते जाएंगे।
Right. Now, what are we anticipating? Because people now have been perhaps partially buried or buried in slush for a considerable period of time by the time they're rescued. So what is it that you'll be able to do when you get to them?
Basically from the medical point of view, we are anticipating hypothermia because it's been very cold. They have been inside for more than 24 hours. That is one of our major issues. And the other thing is hypoxia, in which there's a lack of oxygen since they're inside the tunnel. So we anticipate these two major emergencies, hypoxia and hypothermia, and we are adequately equipped to manage that.
Okay. So these are the teams that will go in. Teams already on standby, even on the other side. If you notice that is the team of the Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Behind them, there's also a team here of the Garhwal Scouts of the Indian Army. So a number of teams, all of them deployed. Right now, these massive earth movers are bringing the slush out. But as R.K. Singh, the Power Minister, also pointed out, the effort is perhaps pump in more water, bring in pumps and suck it all out. That could well be faster. That is also being experimented with. So whatever ideas are coming, everything is being employed to ensure that people's lives could be saved as quickly as possible. Let's take a look at some other reports that India Today reporters have been filing from ground zero from here and also from the point of impact of the glacier. Rescue operations are now picking up space here at the tunnel. We are right at the entrance of the tunnel at Tapovan, and these are live images that you see of army officers now clearing the tunnel for earth movers to move in. It was stuck, this was held up, but senior officers of the Indian Army are personally on ground monitoring the situation. As you come here, let me quickly show you this area. This is the mouth of the tunnel. India Today is the only channel that is getting you up close to this area. We will try and show you this area as efforts are being made to enter the tunnel and drop the debris outside. This is the in-gate of the tunnel at Tapovan. There is hope that the 30 men trapped inside will be rescued alive. At least some of them will be rescued alive. And these are the first images that you see of the tunnel, of inside this tunnel. You can see the debris here. The earth mover rushing in, going in, and there was almost 30 to 40 feet of rubble inside. Painstakingly, that rubble is now being removed. Each time they bring out that rubble, throw it into the river, and then additional vehicles move in. This work has picked up pace after the electricity cables were removed from top, which were hindering operations.
Now I'll take you to the exclusive visuals, first images on India Today from the village, Raini village, which was the epicenter of this entire flashpoint where this avalanche triggered the massive flash flood. That's the strategic highway of Niti, which connects Chamoli entire district, has been washed away. And these visuals explaining the gravity of the devastation. Completely there were several visuals. And of course, this is the river Rishi Ganga, as the Rishi Ganga power project was located. And now it is all under debris. That's only a plain surface. Nothing is visible. In fact, I have one of eyewitness along with me who is here. And in fact, one of them rescuer as well who also helped locals to rescue, because since it was a hydro project underway, who were working here, though when they heard the massive burst sound, few successfully escaped from this area. But as the locals believe that there could be possibly few still trapped in. However, let me take you to other side. These images, that's the Nandagiri, the glacier area where possibly that glacier fell down and that triggered a massive flash flood. Because it's a narrow passage, narrow valley, this explains why there's a 50 to 60 feet. And that's the level of debris and water when it passed through this area. And it took just 30 to 45 seconds, just matter of few seconds, everything washed away. And including not just hydro project, there was heavy cranes, machineries, boulders, everything that was placed. Now all I can see only devastative images, only the the visuals of destruction.
हमारे डीजीपी वहाँ पर कैंप किए हुए हैं। कल कमिश्नर और डीआईजी गढ़वाल रेंज वो मेरे साथ वहाँ पर गए थे, तो उनको आज से वहीं पर कैंप करने को दोनों के लिए कह दिया गया कि आप वहीं कैंप करें। जिला प्रशासन हमारा वहाँ पर तैनात है और बाहरी जिलों से भी कुछ अधिकारी वहाँ पर भेजे गए हैं ताकि जो मिसिंग हैं, जो बॉडी रिकवर हो रही हैं, तो उनका पोस्टमार्टम होना है या पंचनामा होना है तो वो शीघ्रातिशीघ्र उसकी हो सके। और जो भी ऐसे मिसिंग हैं या जो जानकारी अभी नहीं आ रही तो उन आंकड़ों को जुटाया जा रहा है और गहराई से वहाँ पर छानबीन की जा रही है।
अभी हमारी जो पहली प्राथमिकता है वो लोगों की जिंदगियों को बचाने का है, इसीलिए पूरी फोर्स जुटी हुई है, पूरा प्रशासन जुटा हुआ है कि कैसे करके अभी हम लोग लगभग 80 मीटर तक अंदर पहुंच गए हैं, लेकिन क्योंकि लगातार वो मलबा नीचे आ रहा है, ब्लॉक हो रहा है, मुझे लगता है कि अभी दिन तक शाम तक हम लोग इस काम में सफलता प्राप्त करेंगे और जो 34 लोग अंदर फंसे हुए हैं उनकी जिंदगियों को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
So 1600 hours, which is about an hour and a half from now, the army will once again attempt to go in. And this is a composite team. You have the infantry and you have army engineers. With me is Major Ravinder Pundir of the army engineers. Sir, when you go in, what is your most difficult task as you attempt to rescue people?
The major challenge is as far as the slush which you can see, which is all these dirt is fully filled out of it, and using at the time limited deployment of this plant is possible. At the time we can utilize only one plant. This is a major challenge because of this extra time will be required as far as the rescue operation is concerned.
So would you require oxygen? Would teams require oxygen for those who are inside? And is there any image that is emerging from inside? How deep were people able to go in the first attempt?
As far as the basic detail which has been shared by the project manager, that the rescue shaft will be available at around 180 meters. So we are aiming for reach to that shaft so that we can save these people. As far as the medical aid is concerned, in terms of the oxygen cylinder is there. The moment we will reach there, then whatever the support, life support aids which can be provided by us, that will be providing to them.
Okay. So this team continues to work non-stop. Now when we see the level, these are huge tires, huge wheels. Are they getting buried in slush when they go in? How high is the level of the slush?
As you can see with the height of the audit, always more than 50% of this audit was filled up with the debris. And even with this biggest die of the tires, it is very difficult to get this audit clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Perhaps that is why the second method will also be experimented with. Major Pundir, many thanks for speaking to us here at India Today. And you can make out, look at the number of teams that are deployed and that are on standby, because this is a race against time to rescue those who are inside this tunnel now for over 24 hours. So while there is effort, there is also a prayer on everyone's lips that those who are inside, they may be rescued and brought out alive. With cameraman Kripal Singh in Delhi, in Tapovan, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.